Hello, this is the Raven's Librarian, and welcome back to Guardians of the Galaxy, the game. On the last part, we met the Church of Truth, the main antagonist faction of the game, and learned what happened to Nikki and her mom after we left them on the last mission for the full fine thing. Information, really bad news. The Church somehow is able to mind control people, sort of. They're indoctrinating them into believing that if they all work together, they're gonna be able to conjure miracles. So far, it's heavily focused on bringing people back from the dead, which seems to be like the recurring motive for most of the characters in the game. And suffice, Quill and most of the team were able to resist the temptation. They didn't get mind controlled, and they managed to escape from the ship, but things are still hectic, and the team really has no idea what they're gonna do. So let's continue from there and see what crazy plan they concoct.
We must go back.
Are you crazy? I like killing sprees as much as the next guy, but we barely got out of there alive.
What about Gamora?
She made a choice.
So you're just gonna abandon her? And Nikki? What if it was Groot? You gonna leave him behind too?
No.
Don't talk like that. That's not what this is about.
Isn't it though? We're supposed to be a team. Teams don't leave people behind.
Tell that to the giant Kratakan army of robots and brainwashed believers we barely got away from.
Gamora!
Is that?
Yes,
She only got an arm.
How'd you get back?
it doesn't matter. I failed. Raker lives.
For now.
We have to go back. We can't leave Nikki there. What he'll turn her into.
Blah, blah, flarkin' blah. So you got stepdaddy issues and had a horrible childhood. Woo-hoo.
Rocket!
Join the club.
What? It's true. Guess what? You ain't the only one here who had it bad.
See.
It don't mean we're angling to commit suicide because some pseudo-priest nutjob is doing surprise nutjob stuff. If we go back there, we're dead. D-E-D! Dead!
I'd rather die with honor than without.
But if we can avoid the dying part altogether, I'm not really gonna
Called up her
protest.
butt died. So, get the Flark out of Dodge?
Not yet. We should try to get a hold of Cosmo instead.
Great plan, only he ain't answering the passport.
Okay, but
He's
what
a little
choice do
busy
we
at the
have? We
moment.
don't have comms.
Well, actually, we might have comms. It turns out they weren't as flarked as I originally thought.
Considering
Really?
how much of a
Groot should be able to raise him.
how mad he was back then, you'd be like, that's why it was so funny. Cause like, after all the stink you made about it, I was like, Even his voice obviously conveys that.
Sounds like Murder Mom's feeling more stabby than usual. Hey! Better not slice through anything in that cargo bay. We ain't restocking anytime soon.
Alright, we're back to the... Might end up cutting dialogue when I talk.
Excuse me, I ain't the one advocating to throw ourselves to the Flurkins.
Advocating.
Right, Drax?
Yes.
Recurring my motif of, exploiting my knowledge of the game, and once again, you can
What do you think,
notice
bud?
Drax is being
now
out
that
of character.
Contraxia's gone, what's gonna be the new hotspot for entertainment?
Hang on, we're talking. Got the team back.
An asteroid, huh? Huh. Smart!
like, I don't want to downplay the, getting a whole arm
I
from a
saw
person.
you looking at those emergency door controls,
But
stupid
considering-
llama thing. You better not try eating them. I hope that was llama speak for I will not chew up your shit. And that better have been an acknowledgement.
You all right there, Drax?
I am pondering that question.
And that makes total sense. After what happened with Nikki and that twisted promise, having to watch the people we love die all over again.
My family did not simply die. They were murdered. By Thanos. I do not wish to discuss it.
Oh yeah, the whole, I don't want to downplay her taking off an entire arm. But considering how over-level he is to us at this point in the game, it's genuinely impressive she managed to, take that. She's lucky.
It ain't cowardice, it's common sense. Wait, are you siding with Green Team on this?
I am neutral.
Yeah, well, a little bit is all we'd achieve before getting brain scrubbed and tied up to faith reactors.
Hey, Rocket, you got a minute?
So mad.
I hope you ain't just browsing.
The fact that he jumped straight to that and then let me talk to him. I guess that means he doesn't really have anything new to say. Yeah, actually, this would be very useful.
And voila! Oof! Got a crick in my back because of that.
Where are you going now?
One whole arm. That's what? 10% of Raker down?
And I say we leave the other 90% alone. Can't say I ain't glad I get to dissect this little marvel. But that's as close as I'm getting to this flarking cult ever again.
For now. This is all entirely his survival instinct, Nothing to do with not caring. It's just, he's prone to, he has to look out for himself. And facing off those guys, not something he considers realistic at this point. Alright, he's just gonna do contemplation. Anybody messing with my toothbrush? Nope, we're not doing that bit yet. Huh. Wonder if Drax actually can register what's going on if I grab it.
I see you have discovered my criminal record.
Yeah. I guess I couldn't help myself. I mean, it's your rap sheet.
I suppose that it is impressive to criminals.
Reformed criminals, as in past tense. We're legit now, remember?
I do not think we share the same definition of legitimate.
True.
Okay, fair, maybe not, but still. Guy who kills Thanos ends up in the most infamous prison in the galaxy? It's gotta be one hell of a story.
Which part would you like to hear, Peter Quill? How I allegedly killed the Mad Titan, or are you enamored by my stay in the kiln?
What was it like in the kiln?
You would not have survived the cycle. Why?
I maybe know someone there.
Then pray they died quickly.
Yikes. It's really that bad?
Worse. However, after the chaos I wrought in my misguided quest for revenge, it was a well-deserved punishment.
Right. The rampage.
That is one way to describe it. After my battle with Thanos, I became convinced that he still drew breath. I demanded proof, but when none was provided, I convinced myself that others were concealing his location. I saw his hideous visage in every shadow, and murdered anyone I thought was hiding him.
Some of which were very bad dudes.
Perhaps. It is not my place to judge.
So, how'd they stop you? Nova Corps, I mean. You're Drax, the Destroyer. There's not a bounty hunter alive who could have taken you down.
I surrendered.
What? Why?
I had succumbed to madness, and become the very thing that I hoped to vanquish. Once I realized that, I could not live with the monster that I had become.
Thanos, obviously. I mean, it's the Mad Titan. He was supposed to be untouchable, and then BAM! Player 2 is joined. Just, how'd you do it? How'd you take Thanos down?
With sorcery.
Come on, really?
Yes.
Really. After Thanos murdered my family, rage filled my heart. In my search for revenge, I found Mentor.
You mean a mentor, right?
No.
No. Mentor is his name. And his brother Cronus. Sorcerers. They gave me a sleeping potion that would grant my greatest desire. Finding and killing Thanos.
You're messing with me.
I am not. When I awoke, I was changed. I could sense the Mad Titan's vile life force, feel it pulsating from across the galaxy.
Wow, that's
I know how it sounds, Peter Quill.
And I believe that you believe this happened. It's just, it's pretty out there. Even for space stuff.
Regardless, I followed the pulse in my mind until it led me to a moon in the Black Quadrant. And there, I found Thanos, hiding like a coward. Our battle waged for days. Each of us trading blows across the moon's inhospitable surface, equal in strength, equal in our resolve to see the other dead once and for all.
And then you delivered the final blow.
I recall throwing a final swing before I collapsed from exhaustion. When I awoke, I was in a hospital on Elanis. Many rotations had passed, and I was being hailed as a hero.
For killing Thanos.
Allegedly. The very fibers of my being say otherwise. I can still feel him out there. I have no doubt in my heart that he survived, just as I did.
Well, the important thing is that you're here now, with us. Man, we're not going back to prison anytime soon.
That remains to be seen.
So, two important points. One, and why he takes the whole Thanos thing, you know, he's constant to point out that it's like, people claim he's dead, and that's why, you know, until now, we had to assume why. And the second part is the fact that he's had a real in-face encounter with magic. It's likely the reason why he's probably the only member of the team who's even willing to, you know, consider that the whole promise thing isn't a load of malarkey from the start. Because to him, it's like, well, I've done weird shit already, so...
Oh, why yes. I am the handsome leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
It would have been really cool if they could have actually, like, had the moment to give it to
Gamora!
her.
I was only looking...
Relax. I'm not gonna kill you. This time.
Okay, good.
I, actually... never got a chance to say thank you. For the doll.
Oh.
I never got a chance to give it to you, so... Even.
No problem. I know how you like this kind of stuff.
It was very thoughtful. I can count on one hand the number of times someone has given me a present without expecting something in return.
Wow. Christmas gifts from Thanos must have really sucked.
That's putting it lightly. Thanos wasn't the giving type. Everything was a mind game designed to control us, gifts included. So thank yous aren't exactly my strong suit. Something Mantis says I need to work on.
What kind of gifts did Thanos give you? Weapons, poison, the metal wire thing you used to strangle people with?
He gave us dolls. Once. Stupid, ugly things from Xandar.
Wow, okay. That's surprisingly girly.
Wait for it.
What? I can't be feminine?
No, just... I was really sure it was gonna be a knife or something.
Wait
Like
for
I
it.
said, Thanos liked mind games. It was unusual for him to be... kind. We didn't even have a bedroom, yet here were these dolls. Purposeless. And they were ours.
Do you still have it? Like, is it in your collection?
No. I lost the one Thanos gave me when I was 6. She was the ugliest doll I'd ever seen. I cried so hard when I lost her. Nebula hurt me. She loved her doll, and I knew she wanted another one. So when she came in to check, we started to fight.
Bet Thanos loved that.
He found us fighting, saw my tears, and laughed. Turns out, the dolls were a lesson on the importance of not getting attached. To help us understand that, he took Nebula's doll and threw it into the incinerator.
That's... I can't imagine.
Nebula didn't understand why he did it, only that I was somehow responsible. I started collecting these a few years ago. After Nebula. After I knew I'd never see her again. It's dumb, but I guess I'd do it for her.
How do you know Mantis?
Try to
Did she
veer
give you one
right
of
out
her
of that
weirdo
conversation.
fortunes or something?
Not exactly. How do you know her?
I maybe tried to pick her up in a bar once.
And how'd that work out?
Good. Until she did the creepy antenna thing. I was half expecting her to start chanting, "Red rum, red rum."
Red what?
I don't get it either.
Doesn't matter. Point is, she's a wacko for sure. A really hot wacko. Who happens to be your friend?
Yeah, well, that wacko saved my life. A few years ago. Someone got the jump on me. An assassin. Nearly killed me. Mantis happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Seems to have a knack for that.
You have no idea.
Yeah. Turns out I had no idea how badly I needed someone like her in my life. Up until then, I'd been so... lonely. After the war, the Resistance disbanded. Richard Ryder got busy with politics, and the Worldmind had no use for someone like me.
An assassin?
Officially.
Something like that. Thanos trained me to be a weapon, not a peacekeeper. Once a weapon, always a weapon, you know?
Is that why Mantis mentioned suicidal urges? Because I get it. I've been there. I'm pretty sure we've all been there at some point.
Let's just say I'm not in that place anymore. Because of Mantis. She showed me another way. A place where maybe I can be needed.
Wow. I'm glad I bought this for you. And I can promise that there are 0 strings attached to anything I give you. You're an important part of this team, Gamora.
Thanks, Peter. Truly.
I have no context from the comics, but I'm assuming he only partially is thinking about, sleeping with her. Which is fine. Fine. As long as he doesn't make it like the whole purpose of their dynamic.
I left it around here.
I recall, what was the third? Oh, I think it was Groot. That thing was Groot's boss.
Oh, okay. It's over there.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Rocket's just making up conversation now. He came out here to practice.
Hey, dude. How are you feeling?
Busy.
It's okay. It's just the 2 of us in here. We all saw a pretty messed up scut in that promise thing.
I'm fine, Quill. There ain't nothing some Kree kid can promise that won't make my skin crawl.
Okay. But what did you see? Was it Lila?
Doesn't matter. I knew it was fake soon as she got into my head. What is wrong with her? We have to go back. Sure, we're heroes, but there's a limit.
I think this... Oh, wait. I think that's... No.
Ooh, so swirly. Is that even a plant? Wonder where Groot picked up that one.
Can't wait to get out of here.
According to this, the Collector reported Groot stolen 14 years ago.
Can we help you?
Oh!
I mean, if you got a story to share.
Rocket, Groot! Sup?
What are you doing snooping through Groot's scut, Quill?
Look, I'm the one who grabbed it, and I gave it
Well,
to
maybe
him.
you should mind.
Whoa, guys! Groot, I didn't mean to invade your space. Seriously, I would never do that. I was just curious about this report thingy I found.
Yeah, the report thingy that just so happens to bring up a lot of painful memories for Groot. Real smooth, Quill.
That seems to be a theme in the last two.
It's not fine. The Collector kept you in a frickin' cage like some kind of animal. As if it weren't bad enough you lost your entire planet.
I am Groot.
Fine. Groot says he'll answer your stupid questions.
Are you gonna keep ad-libbing his dialogue for him? I'd rather you didn't. Let's start with the one that I got.
How'd you end up with the Collector in the first place?
I can pretty
How
much
do you
guess.
think? He stole Groot.
Yeah, but how?
Fine, you tell it. He says the Collector found him at the start of the war, in the wreckage of his planet.
Holy crap.
But just a piece, a splinter. The rest got destroyed like everyone else.
Just a splinter. Does this mean you can't die?
I am.
He can still die, but he ain't gonna, 'cause I ain't gonna let him.
Keep him away from fires.
I'll replant you 1,000,000 times if I gotta.
So, how'd the Collector find you?
I am Groot.
A drone found him, dormant in space. Guess old Tiven scours the galaxy for new specimens.
I am Groot.
Slavery ain't the same as saving.
I am Groot.
He insists the Collector saved him by planting him, and also keeping him in a das cage until I stole him, hence the stupid Flarkin report.
Groot shrugged. Details.
Is it still active, the report? Will the Collector come collecting?
Probably.
You see any gold domes around lately?
Fair enough.
Nah, he'd probably still try. Just,
What happened to your
that guy
homeworld?
does not let go.
You never told me that.
I am Groot.
What did he say?
He says the Shatari blew it up with an experimental doomsday device.
Holy crap. That's awful.
Ain't the worst part, Quill. Groot says after Planet X was blown up, the other branch worlds mobilized. But they weren't no match for the Shatari and also got destroyed.
I am.
As far as he knows, he's the last of his kind.
Oh, Groot. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'd do if Earth was destroyed, if I was the last human.
I am Groot.
He says it's not so bad. He's got us.
I know we don't talk a lot, Groot, for, you know, obvious reasons.
Communication barrier.
But I can't imagine this team without you. I can't change the past, but I can't commit to making the future better.
He says he knows, and he's grateful.
I know it shouldn't be solely on the responsibility of the person, you know, with the rare language to have to learn the other one. But like, can we all like teach each other sign language to like bypass the problem?
The couch in the middle of the room, then.
I will consider it.
So yeah, everybody in
Watch
this.
it, Peter. You could fall on my sword if you're not careful.
All right, let's test out that theory. No, okay, game won't let me commit.
Hey.
Never mind.
Gamora!
Go away, Peter.
No.
Come on. Just thought I'd check in. That was some pretty heavy stuff you said earlier. Wanna talk about it?
I don't need a pep talk.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna bring out
No
the big
talking.
guns.
Let's sing it out.
What?
Who's the hunter? Who's the game? You feel the beat. Call your name. Come on, I know you know this one. I hold you close in victory. I don't wanna tame your animal style. You won't be caged in the call of the wild. Come on, sing it!
Shooting at the walls of...
Shooting at the walls of heartache.
Bang, bang!
I am the warrior.
I am the warrior.
And heart to heart you win. See? Just singing.
All right, I like that one. Gets me every time. What did you want to talk about?
Want to talk about the guy whose arm you just ripped off?
There's nothing to talk about.
Did he scream when you
Chopped
did
his
it?
arm off.
And that's all I did. He's still out there with Nikki, manipulating her with his slick lies and flarked up promises. Making everybody think... we can't bring them back.
Who did you see? In your promise? Got a feeling it wasn't Thanos.
No one. Nothing. It was just a lie. Which is why we need to stop it.
Right. I'm working on that. Just... try not to slash the cargo bay in half.
Could you move?
Ruined the moment. Ruined the moment. Okay. Where's Groot right about now? Oh wait, maybe they're doing the toothbrush. No? Yeah. Every time. Okay. Pause for a sec when I track him down.
What are you looking at?
Oh no, you ain't chewing through any more of my ship.
My ship!
Shoo, Flark off!
Wow, that panel must have looked really tasty. What's it for, anyways?
Emergency door controls for the ship. Something a ship owner should know.
Hey, do I look like an engineer?
You don't.
That'll be important for later. Oh. Keep looking for it. So, it did occur to me that it might be up here, but it took a while for that to catch up to my brain.
I am Groot.
How about you, bud? You doing okay? Are you sure? We saw some pretty messed up stuff in there.
I am Groot.
Yeah. Maybe I'm not the best person to discuss it with you. You and Rocket should definitely talk about it, though. I'm glad you guys are there for each other. Take care, buddy.
I am Groot.
Okay. We got most of the conversation. Stop here before they set up what they're gonna do next. Hope to see you all in the next video. Take care.